Get ready for a love story overload. Welcome to the Lover List, where we bring you the sassiest love, dating, and relationship tales straight from Reddit. Like, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications if you dare to fall in love with our videos. The way my boyfriend left me shattered my faith in relationships. It was the 7-month best relationship that I ever had in my 35 years in this world. It started as a Hinge date. He showed me places I've never been, he taught me things that I never knew, and he held my hand when I am scared. He kept reminding me that I was his best friend and that he won't leave me. When we were together, he would take me out on dates 4x a week. He spoiled me, he bought me numerous gifts, thoughtful gifts that he thought I needed in my life. He took me on weekend trips hours away from our city, drove hours to make me happy when I am feeling down. He would make himself silly to see me smile. He would caress me. He would tell me how beautiful I was, then kisses me on forehead. He bought me plane tickets to go in another state to introduce me to his childhood friends. He showed me around in his hometown and kept on asking, would you like to live here one day? He was in my city for a project that he was working on. He was consistent up to the end. He never gave me any reason to doubt him, any reason that he would leave me. It was my birthday 4 days ago. He surprised me with an expensive present that I needed and took me for a nice dinner while singing happy birthday to me. We spent 5 days together in a week. But dating nowadays is hard. How would you know someone's true intention? People told me if someone is consistent, introduced you to his friends, continue to invest in you, put all the efforts, he is serious about you. It was all wrong. 3 days ago, I went back to my unit. He called in the afternoon and told me he will come over and he will take me out for dinner. I was so happy. I thought he missed me already, even though we were together 5 days in a row this week. I made sure I looked pretty. He came in and said, let's go. I'm starving. We ate. He was serving me with my food and it was so sweet, I thought. When we came back to my unit, I asked him if he wants to stay the night. He said, let's go in. Put a movie on, cuddled on the couch, and he was hugging me tight as if he didn't want to let me go. The movie finished and I asked him again, are you staying the night? He fixed himself up and he told me I quit my job and I am going back to my hometown in 4 days to work there again, which was Tom. And I said, okay, what are we going to do now? I thought he would say, I would love for you to relocate with me. He knew with my line of work I can work anywhere and that I don't have family here as I'm an immigrant. But he said we should break up as I don't know my next plan. Without explanation, while I was trying to process things, he got up, grabbed his things, and left me behind. I was shocked. I tried to message him to look for answers, but I am already blocked everywhere. In that time, he was this cruel, selfish bastard that played me and am this gullible fool who he needed in the city, and I don't know who I hate the most. Today, 3 days later, the shock is wearing off. I barely eaten and drunk. I don't know what I did and I feel like I'm worthless. This is beyond pain over pain. I am tired and I'm so done. He broke up with me in my couch in front of my TV, which I haven't sat on since he left. TLDR, I was wined and dined and broken up all of a sudden. Edit, after having 3 days off to process everything, I decided to work this morning, forced myself to get up and get ready for work, and I've been talking myself I need to focus as I'm a nurse. I have to be strong, I live alone and have no family around for support, I can't screw up. But when I went out of my unit, I saw all my stuffs outside my doorstep. The stuffs I left in his house, even the one gift I bought him 5 months ago. More tears flowing. I assumed he has already flown back to his hometown already. Hope he is okay at least. I'm at work right now and I feel like throwing up back of the stress I'm going through. I feel like texting him on my friend's phone, but I don't think it's gonna do me any better. Edit 2. Somebody messaged me about his age. If he is much older than me, he must have been a sugar daddy. He is quite in fact 3 years younger than me, and no, he is not my sugar daddy. Paid for stuffs too, as I commented in one of the comment here. I was a really good girlfriend to him. God knows I really tried with this one as I saw future with him. And also lots of people commented that I seemed immature compared to my age. You are right, I am. I'm kinda late bloomer and Eve only had 3 relationships prior to this. They were all LTR, so in the dating game, I'm a bit clueless ESP coming from a LTR one. And the thing is as well, I looked very young compared to my age. That's why the people I meet are younger ones too, and they're quite immature as well. I think when I'm ready to date I will look for more matured one and more stable emotionally. I'm so sorry you have to go through this. Just know this, what other people do is about them, not you. This says nothing about your worth as a person or a partner. You will be happy again, I promise. Thank you. This puts a smile on my face. So sorry, girl. I've been there before and it is almost traumatizing. It shatters your trust not only in others, but in yourself. I'm not fully healed, but I got back together again and I have an amazing man now that I met on Hinge after a few years of thinking I would literally never have sex again. So you will be okay. Don't feel like you need to move on right away and don't shame yourself for anything. You opened your heart and trusted and did the right thing. You couldn't have seen it coming or done anything differently. There is nothing wrong with you or how you're feeling now. Feel the pain, process it, let yourself cry, be gentle with yourself as you heal. Thank you so much with this kind words. Actually, I was beating myself up and kept on thinking, what did I do? Was I a horrible girlfriend after all? But looking back, my ex always see me superficially, complimented me with the looks but not the real me. I guess when some people find you like that, it's a double-edged sword. But like you, one day I will find my person and I will find the right one. My friend told me I will have to kiss a lot of frogs before I find my prince. You can do everything right and still people will disappoint you. Nothing wrong with you, it's just life. You got this. Keep your head up because you did nothing wrong. Be proud you were such a good girlfriend and are a great person. Thank you. I'm crying again right now. It's 10 p.m. here and Eve been in bed the whole day. I honestly can't believe he just left me like that. I thought him worth more than that. I do not know what was real in the relationship. Before he left, before he turned his back at me, I caught a glimpse of him, of his face. He looked like he was about to cry. I just don't understand what happened. Edit, and I remembered while he was driving back to my unit from dinner, he made an unusual sound and I asked him, are you okay? And I looked at him, his eyes were a bit teary, like when you yawn and tired you get watery eyes, that kind of look. But he turned at me and he said, I'm okay, I'm just tired. I said okay, didn't thought much about it back. I didn't know he would break up with me. It was the same face when he was about to leave me after breaking up with me. I put it down as guilt. Back. He is hurting for me. I knew he cared about me and he knew he will hurt me a lot that night. You were love bombed and you're now in an emotional hole. Your feelings are valid for sure, but take care, you will survive this. In fact, you will discover that this wasn't real love, it was chemical euphoria. The love drug and you are in withdrawal. Real love is patient and kind. It takes time to build trust and respect. Be suspicious of people who are trying to impress you in the short term with tons of attention, demonstrations of affection, and/or gifts. Learn from this. Grow, get stronger, regroup. Be patient with yourself too. It's okay. I think I'm going to have some time off from dating for a while back. What happened? I honestly don't think I will be able to trust anybody again after this, as I'm sure I would question everything. When I am 100% ready and healed, then I'll proceed with caution. Best thing for you. Rebound relationships are even worse. While I don't know you, I wish you the very best. Just one piece of advice. Try to avoid using the words never or always when it comes to planning your future. Peace. Sounds like he was a wonderful partner and put a lot of effort into it, but from another angle it could have been performative and insincere. I don't really trust someone who blitzes me with attention or promises me too much too soon. It is so tempting to believe, but isn't built on anything solid. No one but him can tell you how he really felt and what his intentions really were. But he won't, and you're going to have to find a way to live with that, which is the hardest part. I feel for you. Thank you. I will live with it and used it as an armor if somebody will try to hurt me again in the future. You're right to be confused and hurt. Let yourself go through it. Just make sure you come out the other side. I promise you there's a good life for you without him in it. You just can't see it yet. As an honest opinion, if he didn't even include you in his decision-making process, he wasn't much of a partner to you and probably wouldn't have been a good long-term partner anyway. He was only there for the good times, not the hard times. Being partners means you share, discuss, and weigh options. If he wasn't willing to do that for you, it sounds like he had made his mind up some time ago. I'd try to be glad he showed his true colors within a year. That's a blessing in disguise. A final thing, for when you're not hurting as much as now, you can still cherish that you got to have something fun and nice, even if for only a while. Learn something about how you want to live life from this. You said he showed you places you haven't been. Maybe think about places you'd like to visit? Even if it's just a restaurant in town, reclaim your life that way. He might not be in it, but maybe he showed you something you need to do for yourself. You got this. Yes, I can't see it just yet. Right now I'm questioning everything. The last 7 months with him, I don't even know what is real anymore. How can someone do all of that? Introduced me to all his friends interstate as his girlfriend, took me everywhere he wanted to go to just to cut me off like I'm a trash. It doesn't make sense. You are right, I honestly think he made up his mind long time ago, which I hoped he had been honest with me, but he kept it to himself and continued to treat me really well throughout. Did he even really loved me? Eek. One day I will take myself out to a nice dinner, I will smile again, but for now, I will nurse my broken heart. I still hope he will unblock me and explain to me what happened, but when that time comes, I wanted to be over him so I can't care anymore. Best case scenario, he knew he was going to hurt you and struggled with that fact and therefore decided to make a clean cut the way he did, so he didn't have to deal with the aftermath much. That being said, there's nothing he can tell you now that will ease your pain. Anything he says will just add to the hurt tbh. He's made up his mind and no amount of speculation will change that. The best you can do is live your best life. Eat a bunch of ice cream, watch silly movies, get it out of your system, and eventually him too. Wow, this is horrible. I cringe while reading the last part of your post. I can almost feel your shock and pain. Unfortunately, it sounds like he may have known that he would be in your city for a certain amount of time and wanted this to be a romance for the duration, but without any thoughts of a forever after. He probably did care about you, from your description, but knew that the relationship had an expiry date. You didn't. You were blindsided. Do not think of yourself as a gullible fool. How would you have possibly known? All the signs that he was there for the long run were present. Nobody could have guessed. Why do some people do this? I wish I knew. A long time ago, I was in a relationship for 2 years. He met my parents, I met his, everyone thought we would end up married. One nice summer afternoon, we were in a park we used to spend time in, and he sort of proposed. I was overjoyed. He took me home, we planned to see each other the following day. I told my parents what he had said, only the next day he didn't show up for the date. I waited. Half an hour later I called him. He picked up and said he wasn't coming. I was shocked, asked why. He said, because I don't love you anymore. He hung up and no longer picked up. I know the shock you feel, having the rug pulled from under your feet unexpectedly. I was like you, didn't eat, didn't want to get out of bed. A month later I lived like a skeleton. Then as time went by, I got better. I started going out with friends again, eventually met other people. The point being, only time helped me, and it will also help you too. When you feel a bit better, try hanging out with friends and family. Surround yourself with people who love you. You will get past this, I promise. Even if it doesn't feel like it right now. Don't let this idiot ruin relationships for you, because one person is never indicative of how relationships in general are. After a storm comes the sun. It will get better. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Relationship Stories that'll make your heart skip a beat. If you were captivated by these tales, please hit the like button and share your thoughts in the comments. Don't miss out on any future episodes. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for a steady dose of heartwarming stories.